Attention, please. It's the Daily Dose.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Dose with
Dr. Kendra, your OBGYN next door.
and Dr. Tin, your anesthesiologist around the corner. And we are
Doctors Ken and Tin.
Here we will be prescribing you with a daily dose of info and reality.
Checks.
So make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to us at Doctors Ken and Tin. Let's get started.
That's a good one, y'all. Okay, so Dr. Tin, I want to talk about infertility today. And just to start off, the most common cause of infertility, the top three are endometriosis. Okay, so that's basically when your period goes backwards. It's a retrograde menstruation. And so it makes it harder to get pregnant because it's a hostile environment where maybe you can't even conceive or the embryo won't even adhere to the uterus, okay? Now, it's endometriosis, fibroids, okay? Fibroids, smooth muscle tumors, very common in women in their 30s and 40s, especially women of color. Okay, so that is a cause of infertility or subfertility. And last but not least, what everybody kind of knows about but is unsure, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. The things I just named as causes of infertility, it doesn't mean you can't have a baby. It just means that it's harder to have a baby. Okay, so I like to use the word subfertility versus infertility. One other factor I forgot to say is sometimes there's no reason that we can find why a couple can't have children. Okay, and there's also the last but not least, I keep lying to y'all, it's a male factor. Okay, so a lot of times
Sometimes, ladies, it ain't you, it's him. You. Don't be letting him make you think it's all you.
You better make him go take a semen analysis, okay, before they're on you for 2 years. Like, why can't you give me a child? The whole time he has dead sperm, ladies.
Yup, and then you end up dumping his ass.
Okay, stop retrograde ejaculation.
Right. Get with somebody else, and boom, you got a baby. 9 months later.
Super sperm. And wait, how many times have we heard that though?
And Chloe Kardashian. How long was she trying with Lamar?
Because he had dead sperm.
He did. And she got with old boy. And y'all with Tristan was like, boom, baby.
Ain't he West Indian or something?
Are you West Indian?
But I know about the West Indians. A lot of times when a patient comes and sees me in the office, and this is a woman that I've been dealing with, you know, trying to help her get pregnant, and suddenly she says, Dr. Segura, I'm pregnant. I said, what happened? What did you do? Did you go on vacation? Because that's the number one thing.
Did you stop trying? Did you take the stress off, stop trying?
Have some fun. But she'll tell me, no, Dr. Segura, I got a new man.
She got rid of that dead sperm. That's what she did. Did she go to the tricky dick or the sticky dick?
You know what? I guess obviously she left the tricky dick and got with a sticky dick. Okay, that sperm will stick and meet that egg and booyaka. So remember, ladies, always get your man checked out too.
Always.
Okay, and men, always think about, hey, I'm having problems conceiving. Let me make sure that I'm
Stop
straight.
drinking.
And
Stop smoking.
Just say no.
Definitely.
Okay, so we covered some of the common issues regarding infertility. And my question to you, why do you think that infertility is such an unpopular topic? It's something that makes people feel uncomfortable.
Because it's uncomfortable to be infertile, or it's uncomfortable to have issues with infertility. And it's just one of those things that it's taboo to talk about because you feel like you're going to jinx yourself. If you talk about it, then, oh my God, it's embarrassing. You know, you don't want to be that person.
Okay, but why that? That was a good point.
Why is it embarrassing?
Yeah, why does it get embarrassing? Because I feel that I had a child later in life. I was age 39. I got married late, age 33. Okay, so right there, you know, me growing up in a 2-parent household, I was never going to have kids if I'm not married. And people...
Oh, I did.
But not really.
But I did.
But you...
Why she hating on us?
But she
the
was...
ones who had the baby on their hip at the wedding.
Okay, but she was on her way. Well on her way.
It don't matter.
Okay?
She hating on...
That's
non-wed women.
Okay, but that's a good point. People would tell me, well, what if you never find Mr. Right? And it was my decision to say, well, you know what? Because I'm an OBGYN, I do see how hard it is just to have a baby and to care for them. I'm thinking it's something that I would choose not to do on my own because I understand that me and Hobart can get divorced, but that was my intention.
But I know women who literally, they sperm donor, and they were like, listen, I'm a physician. I don't have a man right now. I'm not waiting for one because
How
clock
old
is
were
ticking.
they? How old were they, out of curiosity?
Between 39 to 41.
But you know what? Who knows? Like, I got married at 33, but who knows what I would have done if I wasn't married at 39?
Yeah, you might
You know
have
what I
decided
mean? Maybe
to
I
have...
would have. Maybe I would have.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I think I would have. I think when I got with Mac, I had it in my head like the next person I'm with, because I had finished my career.
Right.
I had finished my commitment to the military. I didn't have any more goals per se to achieve except a family. So I was like, the next person I get with, he's gonna be the one, and we're gonna have kids. And so when we got together, I was like, I ain't got much time, and you ain't getting no younger. So
right.
we were like, we'll get married. It's not, we're not in any rush. We know we're going to get to that point, but we kind of almost immediately went into having babies. And I had issues with fertility.
What issues are we talking about?
So we had 2 miscarriages before we had our first child. So I did curbside consults with some of the OBGYNs. Curbside consult
is a hey girl on the side.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't go to the office. You talk to them on the side and get what you need to get.
Yes.
And I was like, listen, what is the downfall to taking progesterone? It was like,
after your second miscarriage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just say I don't have a problem with progesterone. What if I took it? Well, what
no
would happen?
downside.
She said the same thing. No downside. I said, okay, can you prescribe me some?
Go ahead.
And sure shit, I was pregnant with Ivy.
Get out of here.
And the reason I thought, like just reading and trying to figure things out, I miscarried almost to the same day.
How many weeks were you?
I was 6 weeks. After the second one, we did all the genetic testing. Everything was fine. And I was like, there's something not sustaining this pregnancy past this particular point. What changes at this point? And so just reading and trying to figure it out, I knew that progesterone kind of kicks in until that placenta.
Yes, at 9 weeks. That's right.
And so I was like, something about when that embryo gets too big, my progesterone must not be able to sustain that size.
Yes. So
embryo.
the nest just falls apart.
And so that's what I came up with. So I took the progesterone to work. Then come around to the second child. So at this point, I'm convinced I need progesterone, right? I need progesterone. So the second time around, once I found out I was pregnant, it was like, oh, I got to get the progesterone.
Right.
But it took like a week to get the prescription straight. Like there was some issue, which meant I had gone past. Oh, I was pissed, but I was like, well, let's try it again. Got the prescription by the time I miscarried.
Right.
Got pregnant the very next month.
This is fertile murder over here.
I was over here getting pregnant. So I got pregnant
next month.
Next month, got pregnant.
Or we dealing with some sticky dick. That's what we dealing with. That, or maybe it's both.
Maybe it's a little bit about,
Probably both.
Yeah, got the progesterone
Okay.
within the miscarriage period. The next month, 4 weeks later, pregnant again.
Damn.
Used progesterone. Good. I got crazy ass money out the situation. My son is crazy. And so now when I talk to women and they're like, I just don't understand. I don't know what it is. I'm like, try progesterone.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
At all. Discuss that with your doctor, ladies.
Yeah.
Like, the lesson I'm hearing from Dr. Ten is, it seems like her personality is inquisitive, and she's reading and she's asking questions. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be your own advocate.
That's true.
That's
the moral to the story.
And what brings me to the topic I wanted to talk about: are you not done having kids?
Oh, we're done. We're 2 and 3.
Okay, so we're 2 and 3. Just have to check. You never know.
No, we're done.
How did you guys know that your family was complete?
I actually didn't really know, because for a long time I wanted a third one.
Oh, you did?
I did. So when Ivy was 6 months, we got pregnant with Miney. When he was 6 months, I was ready to have another one, and Matt was like, whoa. He was like, hold on. Can we just enjoy the 2 we have now? I need a break. As if he was doing all the work. I didn't want to have a baby when 2 partners aren't on the same page, because then there's more stress on top of the stress that you already have
on board
raising a family. Exactly. So we put a pause in and just never had the third. And
so you never had a conversation about it?
We had conversations after that one. He was never really all in until I was all out. So, and then he was like, yeah, I think another baby would be kind of fun. I was like, ain't that something? He was trying to act like he was
I told you, I was ready. Remember, years ago, I was ready. And you were like, no.
I mean, for a minute, I did have that, I want another one. I would see babies, or friends would have kids, and I'm like, oh, I want another one. But, Mac was just like, look at the 2. Shove them in my face. Look at this one. Look at that one. And then you kind of like get, oh, okay. And you forget about it. And then yeah, you get to a point where you're like, all right, I'm in a good spot.
So, question for you guys, for our community. It sounds like what I'm thinking now is most of us, we won't have that conversation that our
Well, let
families
me
can
ask
take.
you, why did you wait so late to have kids?
Because
And did
I was
you have
in
any
residency.
issues?
Yes. So for me, my story is long. Okay, it starts off. Y'all ready? Okay. And I'm
Does
gonna
it start in the West Indies?
She took it back there, y'all. So I was diagnosed with endometriosis at 19. Okay, and so I always knew that I would have problems, but I wasn't really concerned about it. I never, I was like a dude. I never even imagined myself being a mother. I never imagined myself being married. So I just stayed on birth control pills the whole time. Got married at 33.
Now, when you got married, what was the discussion about children?
So every time I had a serious boyfriend, which wasn't many, but I would tell them, hey, I have endometriosis. My OBGYN said.
And they were like, ugh, they got a pill for that?
They're like, I mean, can I catch it? That's the first, and that's when you know that's not the guy
He's not
that
the
you
one.
should be talking to at all. I changed my career, got into medicine, so I was in residency, so things just kept getting delayed. And because
But he did want kids and you wanted kids.
he didn't care to have kids. He didn't really care.
Okay.
He was like, I'm marrying you. I don't really care to have kids. I'm
Whatever
fine.
happens.
And I wasn't really thinking about it. So that's why I'm passionate about telling women to plan out your family, like how we plan out everything else.
Yeah,
because
your career.
I kind of ignored it, and boom, next thing you know, you're 35, okay, and you are like, where do I begin? And because I have endometriosis, it took a while, okay? And then I realized I had to go through fertility treatment. So then you see how the years keep going by, and boom, I'm 39. Not to be an alarmist, but a lot of women say, oh my God, am I gonna have problems conceiving? Well, do you have a period every month? Do you have any pain? Do you have any other existing GYN issues? No? Then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be fine. Okay, you might not get pregnant in a month, 2 months.
I mean, listen, okay? I was fertile.
Fertile, myrtle. You know what I mean?
But I had issues, sustaining the pregnancy.
Exactly.
If you think that you want a family, then you should plan for it just like everything else in your life. And there's nothing wrong with that.
There you go.
As a woman, I think sometimes people say, why are you thinking about that? Or why are you,
I should have been.
Yeah, and I think that we are kind of groomed to feel bad about thinking about marriage and thinking about children, or like, why are you always thinking about that? And don't you think you should worry about your career and this?
And the pendulum just swing all the way to the extreme
your life.
end. Let's come back to the middle. So today our topic was infertility, and we discussed 3 common causes, actually 4 or 5. Okay, briefly, PCOS, fibroids, endometriosis, and of course unknown etiology.
Yeah.
Okay, which nobody knows why. Okay, and so I want you guys to remember to tell your partners to go get checked out too, right? Because it could be a male factor. The whole point is family planning. So to begin to think, when do you want to have children? How many children do you want?
Is your partner on board with it?
Yeah, exactly. And then the end of it, are we done having kids?
Okay, well, that sums it all up. So on to the next.
On to the next. Oh, you guys have heard of it, designer babies. Okay, so a lot of celebrities have been doing it, right? The Kardashians, even Mariah Carey.
J-Lo, Angelina Jolie.
Oh my God, yes, girl. Come on now. So what are designer babies? Basically, it's when you get to choose
How many? What sex?
What boy, girl? Even the genes. It's getting down right to the hair color, eye color.
Now, is that really true? Can you really choose hair and eye color? I've not seen
genetic editing. They're probably doing it in. Okay, so do we agree with it? Do you guys agree with it? This is where I stand.
I want to hear this.
It's your business. It is there. Whatever you want. If you want a boy first, a girl second, whatever you want to do is up to you. That's between you.
But don't you feel like that's a gateway to trying
to
create the superhuman?
If you ask me,
you have that whole like division of the better human versus the lower human. And then there was
That's
that
next
uprising.
song.
Wasn't that a movie? I'm going to go against it.
And even
I'm going to go against you on this
Oh
one.
my God, Dr. Tan, we're going against each other.
I'm going to go against you.
Okay, so it's bound to happen. You can't stop science and technology. It's just that we as humans, we gotta make it all.
You
ugly and messy.
can't stop science and technology. But what about the moral issue? You're a religious woman. What about the moral
Very
code?
religious.
What about the moral code to choosing your eye color? How strong or smart you are? How long you can live? Where's the morality in doing that? Like, is that blasphemy? Are you playing God?
And that is why I think that there's a lot of backlash on it, and why funding is being taken away from universities and a lot of people that actually want to study it and actually do more.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always the flip side, right? I am for it because there's people living with chronic diseases that could benefit from this. And why should they have to suffer just because, human nature, if we can have a cure for multiple sclerosis, then I can choose my baby's eye color. So you got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think that government should stay out of my business.
Well, but so let's just say this. Yes, it does help. If you can genetically code your child to not have Crohn's disease, pulmonary fibrosis.
Yes.
Or to be skinny. Like, if you can clone your children to be a certain way.
Would you?
Yeah, would you do it? Now, I get it in terms of medical.
Did you clone yours?
I get trying to fix human conditions. But if you select these certain things, maybe you end up selecting something else that you don't know of because you're playing with fire.
So you're saying that if we edit eye color, what's next? Could we edit how dark your skin cells get?
Ooh. I think we should just let natural selection happen the way it happens. Because I feel like...
What about those people that, have those chronic diseases? These illnesses that affect the quality of life, It's not incompatible with life, but damn it sure makes life harder.
No, I understand it's a tough thing to live with when you have the abilities to not live with them.
There you go.
But I just feel like if you start messing with the genetic code, then you could potentially end up with something worse.
True. And that's why we need more research, more studies done. Superhumans that are going to come kill you in the middle of the night. That shit's scary, guys.
Yeah, you end up with people with red eyeballs. I thought they were going to leave blue. I want my money back. That's a whole nother litigation right there. Would you really design your baby?
I would design the sex of my baby. I would choose the sex. Personally, I would stop at the sex. And then
that's what you say now.
And let nature
no. Because let her see the Joneses next door. Oh, they chose the hair and the eyes.
Well, how come Hart couldn't come out with some red hair? It sounds
so there you go. There it is right there. So now
combo number 1.
And so if you don't have the money, you're a subhuman.
Ooh, snap. I'm a designer, baby.
See, you can't do it.
Why are you so cute? Why is your teeth? Why do you have perfect teeth? Why do you have Contessa teeth? Because I'm a designer, baby. So are you saying you wouldn't take part in this at all?
I'm saying not only would I not take part in this at all,
what about the sex?
I would not even allow it to take place in this country. I would fight it.
Really?
I would.
Okay, so what are you going to say to that person?
Because listen. We already have issues with socioeconomics in this country, right? This would be another slap in the face to the whole socioeconomic.
So you can say, you know what? I'm black. I'm from the hood. I'm a woman, and I'm not a designer baby.
I'm not a designer baby. So now, how are you gonna compete with the people in college? Because they're superhumans.
They're gonna pay your way to get in.
How you gonna go to college? Your grades ain't gonna be as good as a superhuman.
So it's an unfair advantage.
It's an unfair advantage. We don't need any more unfair advantages, especially to the wealthiest of wealthy.
It gets complicated, doesn't it?
If you're trying to change someone's genetic code to get rid of a disease,
that's fine.
I think it could be fine, but it has to be so regulated.
Right,
so
there you go.
regulated
There
that
you
you
go.
could not use it for anything else.
This needs to be well thought out before it's released to the
Because people
general
will use
public.
it. Only the rich people obviously will be able to use it because
And only the rich people
costs
won't
money.
have to see their kids won't have these certain
And they will be at an
diseases that are
advantage on top
modifiable.
of being in an advantage. It's just,
hard out
I wouldn't do it. I don't
It
like
is
the
hard
idea of
out here.
designer babies. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit, okay?
What do you guys think?
That's what it is. No designer babies. That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna be throwing a fit. But you know what? That'll just be another way to divide us.
Exactly.
Right? We're human beings, we're always looking for differences, because we want to be petty. And
She likes it.
you're not a designer baby? No, bitch, but I look designer. Okay, so this was a lot. Tell us what you guys think, and we'll be back soon. Until next time.
Attention, please. It's the Daily Dose.
But yeah, I know I was about to say something. I start doing this, y'all. Let's do it. Januvia is kind of a black girl's name.
Januvia. There's a whole bunch of other stuff I can't
Next
think
is on
about it.
Tan Shanika Ray. Check with your doctor. 1990s hoods.
Right, it's both. Exactly.
Right? Like I'm giving
Jada Beyond Hollywood glam. Family planning. Family planning begins with how old you are when you want to start having kids.
Stop.
How many kids?
Yeah.
You heard that? She got that. That's my dog right there. That's my dog. Tongue tight. Ooh, you looking cute. Bitch, I messed that up for you. No. I was like, what? Booyaka.
No matter what it. Booyaka?
Got you. Booyaka. Pay attention to that. That was a word, you guys.
Yeah.
That was a word.
We're gonna revisit that at the end.
Okay. That was a good way to leave it.